Welcome friends. In this video, we are going to see enhanced for loop and its use cases. Let's understand what is enhanced for loop first. Here you see the enhanced for loop is designed to iterate over arrays and collection in more readable and concise manner. So it's ideal for situation where you don't need to know the index of the current elements. When to use enhanced for loop? And there is no requirement like we don't need to know like index position of the element. In that case, we can go with enhanced for loop. Some benefits provide, it simplify the code and make it easier and read and understand. So we can easily read our code and understand, eliminate index handling. So we don't need to manage index variable as you do with traditional for loop. Like previously we are using for loop, traditional for loop, how we are using, for example, for int I equal to 0, then I is less than some number we are taking, like suppose 100, then I plus plus. So here we don't need to know index, this index I wrapper with the index position. We don't need to know this index position with the enhanced for loop. We can directly process the data which are coming in the database to our base. Let's understand this with one example. Here I have created one main method. Then in that I am declaring one list object, list of strings. Suppose I am getting list of string from the database and I will use this as a names and equal to, I will create new array list. Once I have created this, I will add some names in this list, name dot add. I am adding some example like Sandeep I am adding. Then I will copy paste this. So we will have some few names in our list. So let's import this class, interface. List is interface. In that we have add method, that is we are using Sandeep, Kush, Satish and Ram. So we have created this list, and then how we can iterate over this? Just for we will use for loop here. For then we will mention the or like what type of data type we need to mention, what type of data we are getting. So for that we are using strings. So here if we use colon, from where we are getting data from the names. So in the right side of the colon, I will use names and I will store that into the this one variable. I will use string that will store these names and we will print these names. Let's see what is the issue here. It's showing some error. Let's check the error first. Unexpected token. Okay. So we need to process this outside this for loop. We are writing this outside. So we need to write this inside this. Then only it will take names. Because this variable we have written inside these names. And then we can simply print this string as a on the screens, console screen. So if you see, whenever we know advanced condition in advance, like how many iteration we need to process, in that case, we can go with this for loop. That is, it showing some condition. We suppose we want to handle indexes. In that case, we can go with for loop. But in the case where we don't need that index position, we have just this list which is coming from the database, and in that case we can print this list. So let's run this. What happened here? So we are able to print our list from the this list. So this is the use cases of the enhanced for loop. Then we can use enhanced for loop particularly when you need to iterate over all element in array or collection without modifying the structure during the iterations. When we can use? When we don't want to modify the structure of the elements in the array or collection. In that case, we can go with enhanced for loop. It's a simple to use, and we can just need to take element from the list, store that, and one by one we have that will print. First, it will take Sandeep into the names. Names will be stored. First time it will iterate, then it will print, then second time Ankush, then third time Satish, then fourth time run. Like this, it will print the all element in the our list. I hope you got some knowledge from these videos, guys. Thanks for watching these videos. If you gain some knowledge, like, share, subscribe to the channel. Thank you.